Hey, hey. What's going on out there in the land? I see y'all. Good Wednesday evening. I am your girl Kim from Cali, aka Miss Coffee and Blunts. Baby, them lips is pink tonight, ain't they, Papa? Just when they thought dark-skinned girls couldn't wear pink. Hey, baby, I see you. How you doing tonight? Hey y'all, welcome. This is another great edition of the Three Kings. I'm gonna wait for my kings to jump in here, and you know we're gonna get it cracking. I'm so happy to see y'all tonight, though. Hey, Brittany, girl, everything, baby, everything. We can make it happen, though. You know what I'm saying? Just when they thought that dark skinned girls wasn't in, look at that. hmm Y'all know that I'm in here waiting on these slow men to get in here so we can get it cracking. So bear with me because they slow. I'm a little early, but they still a little slow. Woo! It has been a good week. I don't know about y'all, but I've had a really good week. Really good week. Mm-hmm. Y'all come on in here and take a seat because it's going to get real juicy tonight. So whenever my co-hosts decide to run it on along, then, we'll go ahead and get it all the way started. But I want to just send some shots out. Lamont, I see you. Brittany, of course, baby, I see you. NB Hall, you are a new viewer. Thank you for joining us this evening. I really appreciate you. Mm, mm, mm. I couldn't find the music tonight, y'all. What do I always say? If it ain't no technical difficulties, then it's really not a coffee and blunt situation, right? We always have technical difficulties around here. That's all I can say. But, Well, there's one of my co-hosts. Let me go on and tap him in. And then we will wait to see what is going on. Shall we? Mm-hmm. Oh, it might be working. Hello, sir.
What's up?
How are you?
How you doing?
I'm great
I'm
this
doing good.
evening. How are you? How's your
That's
evening?
cool. I'm doing good. A little tired this evening. I had a long little day at work, but
Okay.
another day,
Another
another
day.
day, another dollar.
Another day. So, to all my viewers
Hey,
out here,
you don't mind if I smoke on camera?
it is coffee and blunts. What are you talking about? And the
I'm
show
just
is
making
called,
sure.
the show is titled Three Kings and a Blunt. You know that, right?
Three kings in a
Three
blunt.
Kings and a Blunt, sir. That is what the show is called. Now, if I can just get all my kings in here at one time, you know what I'm saying? We be, on some non-color people stuff. But it is what it is. So let me introduce Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan, this is everybody. Welcome, sir. I really appreciate you coming in this evening and joining us tonight.
I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. You know, we definitely try to recognize the kings around here and, you know, give, you know, homage where it's due. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We do that. We do that. But I do come a little hard, so you know, I hope you got your boots on tight tonight. Don't be
Oh,
scared. It's gonna be okay though.
you come a little hard. That's typical.
Just a
That,
little bit. Just a little bit. I had a conversation with someone earlier. He commented on my post and he immediately, like, all I said was, I really like your comment. Like, I think you should come on the show so I can get more depth into what you said. And he just was like, women is always coming for men. We can't never win. And then I'm like, damn, calm down, sir. I wasn't even coming for you like that. Like, he came for me. And, you know, I'm petty. I put my
he
petty
got
panties
all
on.
that from a he got all that from a compliment.
It, I thought it was a compliment, but I don't think he took it that way. Like, you know, we ended it on some it's all
Like,
love, but you know, I put my petty panties on every day I wake up. So I entertained it for a couple of seconds. I mean, I had nothing else to do.
you
So
entertained it for a couple seconds.
right, just a couple, just a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. They it's like I'm like, I do this for a living. So I mean, if you wanna come, I don't
Oh,
really
you
jump in nobody else's backyard. So if you come into mine, I mean, I'm just saying whatever happens, happens. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
oh you feel like you feel like you could debate with the best of them or what?
um, I think I was gifted with the gift to gab. I think I got a pretty cold mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? I do use it for more than sexual activities at times. Just saying,
Sometimes, at times.
at times. So every king that comes on the show, the first question that we always indulge is, what is it in your words to be a king?
What is it in my words to be a king? Oh, that's kind of different. That's kind of a good one. I wasn't really a king to me. I mean, that's probably a individual, a man with a high level, a high moral constitution. Has a committed. I mean, an ambitious spirit. He's willing to, you know, work hard and do what he got to do to get what he can. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a lot of different qualities to a king. I don't think that there is no. I don't know if success is a measure, but I think if you are a true king, you should have a certain level, or you should be progressing towards a certain level of success. But I think the basic qualities probably just would be a dignified man, a man with high character, a man that's an ambitious man, a hardworking man. Those are probably qualities that all kings possess, amongst others.
So what makes you a king?
What makes me a king? Probably just my ability to just arise above my past, my past and the places I've been, the things that I've been through, and not let that be let that be a momentary reflection of you know what I mean, of who I am, not a total reflection, and I'm able to overcome all of those adversities that I went through and still come out with with a high respect. I'm highly respected, you know what I mean, where amongst my peers I would believe. And I feel like I carry myself in a respectful, dignified manner. So, I ain't as successful as I wish I was yet, but I'm headed that way too. So,
Okay,
excuse
well,
me. I feel like I'm under some real lights. I feel like I'm sweating. You know what I mean?
it
You
ain't
got
even we ain't even
that,
got into it yet, sir. Just I mean,
that
it's
that's like a
okay. It's
mental.
okay. Go ahead, like your blunt.
You done turned the heat up. You done turned the heat up on me mentally. That's all right. I can handle it.
That's the challenge. All right, so I feel that all of the qualities that it takes to be a king is a lot of what you said. So I totally agree. And our other king has now arrived. Mr. Miller
In the building.
in the building. Hello, sir.
How we doing? How we doing?
How was your week?
Oh man, full of cooties and all kind of other stuff, but I'm doing well, healing up.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's what happens when you decide that you want to multiply the planet, sir.
Hey, speaking
Just
of that,
saying.
shout out to the homie Nick Cannon, number 12 on the way.
Nick got
He about
another.
to have he about to have another kid.
Yet another one.
Well, damn gone it. What do Nick
I mean, he
listen?
can afford it.
Somebody, ladies, I need a Nick baby mama on the show. What the hell do he be saying? Like, what could he possibly say to convince? Who is this baby mama? Where'd she come from? Is she new?
No, she's not new. Matter of fact, this is the young lady that they lost a kid just recently, early in the year. She's now pregnant again with her third, I believe, their second child.
So
Oh, so she ain't no new baby mama.
No, not a
no,
new one.
so he went back and recycled and tried again.
Oh yeah, most of his baby mamas, he's got multiple kids by.
So is he still with the new baby mama, the model that was on the beach?
He's not with any of them.
She just securing her future. You know what I mean? She said, "I'm
Lord,
gonna."
Nick Cannon got magical penis. What is going on? What is going on? Listen, it's got to be something special because everybody just ain't making 12 kids, and it's okay.
I had a homie had about 12.
Was he making Nick Cannon money? Because, I mean, that's a lot of goddamn child support. Listen, 50 Cent is struggling with just the one kid that he got, and that nigga says $6,500 ain't enough a month. So I can only imagine what 12 spoiled rich kids, like, how much do he pay Mariah? Come on, man.
He don't pay Mariah a dime. Mariah
He
got
Yeah,
don't
more
pay
why
no
money
would he
than
child
have to
him.
pay
support,
Mariah?
No, Mariah got
Why
more
would he
money
have
than
to
him.
pay Mariah?
but he got to pay child support, right?
No.
No, wouldn't it depend on if he got? It depend on how much them kids is with him.
Wait a minute.
We
Time
don't
out.
know that.
Okay, see, and this is what I want to know. So you're trying to tell me that Mariah's not a single mama, and she don't deserve to get child support because her baby daddy is out making other babies?
If she ain't spending more than 75% of her time and it's more than she's
Well, clearly she's
financially,
spending
I think
100% because he is out making babies.
well, I mean that's a good point. That's a good point. But
Brittany said
I mean, them
Khloe
kids.
Kardashian baby daddy is on his way to 12. Who's her baby daddy? Tristan?
Who?
Khloe Kardashian. I think ain't
Don't
her
she
baby
only
daddy
got? I
Tristan
thought.
Thompson?
I can't keep up with them. I ain't no pun
Oh, I'm
intended,
thinking
but
of
I ain't
Kim.
keeping up with them.
Me neither. I'm really not either, to be honest.
I think that's Tristan Thompson. He's the football player, right?
Nah, Tristan's a basketball
A
player.
basketball player. Khloe like basketball players. Kim like football players. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, Tristan.
Kim
But
She
is a
did
said
y'all
basketball
say
player.
Dirty D
Chloe?
Tristan.
You said Chloe's baby's dad. I didn't know Chloe had no kids.
Yeah, Khloe got a kid. And like he
That's
cheated on her like instantly. He was probably the
the
only black
big
man
bone
that
girl,
made it
right?
out of the Kardashian clan, like still with all his rentals. Because he got up out of there quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to fall into the common rhetoric and saying that there's a curse and stuff, but it might be a curse fucking around with them.
Absolutely. So Kim, Khloe, Mariah, aren't those single moms?
See, that's the thing, though. What is a single mom?
In
You
my
know,
opinion. Are you asking me? Because I sure was going to ask y'all.
No, I'm just saying though, because we throw this term around quite loosely, and I'm like, all right, so like Mariah, because she's not married to Nick, but I believe she is married. She's got another man.
Well,
Some
they were
form.
married.
Well, yes, they were, but they have moved on, and she is in a whole nother relationship, and she can still considered a single mom. Like that, like
Well, if
what
she's
are we
married, she's not a single mom.
like? What are we talking about here? Like and
Okay,
then
so because I was saying so that because y'all told me that Nick don't pay no child support, so I was wondering, like, I
well, no,
mean,
I didn't say he don't. Well, I don't know what he paid.
let me tell you this. I'll tell you this. I know all the other baby mamas are on child support. He has a very good relationship with them about financials and how they're set up for life. So, and he said supposedly he's very active with them as well, with all his kids. And so, they show pictures of him all the time, all the holidays, all the stuff,
yeah,
dressed
I
up the
know
same
that's
and all
the
that.
Kennedy plan.
So, with that being said, though, like, excuse me, outside of Nick Cannon, if the father is active, available there every other week or every weekend or 50-50, however you got to split, and the father is there financially and physically, are you still considered a single mom?
I don't think so. I think that you're a single parent.
Because I'm saying, like, we use that term
Wait,
very, very loosely.
what do you mean? What's the difference between a single mom and a single parent?
Because if you're a single parent, that means that there's another parent around and you guys are both parenting. You're co-parenting. You're just not together. You're not together as a unit. You're still a single parent, but that doesn't mean that you don't have another parent. A single mom, in my opinion, is someone whose father is completely absent, whether he's incarcerated, whether he's deceased, or whether he's just missing.
Well,
That's
I
how
think
I
there's
feel.
more. Those are the obvious single moms. I think that there's qualifications to make you a single mom, and you can have a living, free, individual. That's if he's not. I won't even know if I don't want to know if it's 50-50. I think it should be at least 50-50, but that's easy to say. That's in a perfect world. But if he's not carrying it, if she's not carrying more than 60, 70%, she's not a single mom. If she's
Right.
getting help 50% to 60%, even if he's mustering up a 45 piece, you know what I mean? But
Right.
he's spending all the time that he can with his kids. I think that all of that counts. The time you spend with the
So
kids,
does that
the
make him a
investment you
single
put in.
father then?
Who?
You said this, you said if the guy is spending, all of his time, if he's giving at least 40% or he's giving all that he can, right? Does that make him a single father?
No, that makes them co-parenting.
Absolutely. So that's my
There's
point.
nothing
Like,
single about co-parenting.
So
right.
let me ask y'all this though. Let me ask y'all this, because a lot of times when we say single mom, it's usually somebody that's like, oh my gosh, look at what I'm doing. I'm doing this all by myself. I'm a single mom, and you hear all this stuff. Let
Walk
me ask you this.
carefully.
No, because I got a question. I got a question. If you live in with your mama at home or whatever, and they're the ones raising your kids, while you out doing whatever you want to do, are you a single mom?
If you are at home living with your mama and your mother is helping you raise your child, is what you said. Meanwhile, you out, doing what you need to do.
Are you a
And what do
single
you
mom?
mean by doing what you need to do? You mean like
Well,
running the
doing what you want to
streets?
do. You out here doing what you want to do, whatever that may be. But the baby's at
So are you
home with
saying you
grandma.
can't do what you want to do because when you have kids?
No, I'm just saying the baby at home with grandma. You out
Hmm.
here doing whatever you want to do. Baby at home with grandma. Are you a single mom?
I mean, does that not make you a single mom? What does that make you then?
I'm just
What does
asking
that classify?
because
I
what we
mean,
just said,
you're still a single mother. Are
what we just
you
said though. But I'm just asking because what we just said was if the father is there or providing and doing all this, then you're a single parent, not a single mother. Now, if you have that same support coming from grandma, are you still a single mother, or is it the same thing, or is it not the same thing just because it's not the father?
I don't know. Brittany said at that point you're not even a parent. You're an irresponsible parent. Here's the thing. I think that it takes a village, right? And I
True.
don't think that because you may need some help from your mom or whatever it is, that takes away from you being a good parent. That takes away from you being a responsible parent. Because I feel like leaving your child in the care of someone like a grandmother or an auntie, someone is way more responsible than having your kid in the street, than leaving them with someone who is less responsible than that. I feel like that's a more responsible thing to do. I've seen so many parents just be like, I give up. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. That is what I feel like is an irresponsible parent. One who doesn't realize, you know what, I can't do this by myself. I do need some help. Like I'm not cut out for this. I don't know what I'm doing. And instead of endangering my child or traumatizing my child or putting my child in a situation like that, it is way more responsible to say, hey, mom, like I had this baby and I'm gonna keep it 100. I wasn't ready. I have no clue what the heck I'm doing. Hey, cousin, like what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So I would rather take that route. And at the end of the day, like when I had my son, I was going to school. I was going to school, I was working, and I was dancing. So my mother had my son 90% of the time because I was working. But as a single parent, because I was still a single mom, because I didn't have no help, I didn't have no child support, I didn't have no baby daddy I could call, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have that. So even though my mother was helping me, that didn't take away from the fact that I was still a single mother and I still had to pay all the bills. I still had to buy all the diapers. I still had to buy all the clothes. You know what I'm saying? My mother was just there assisting me because I trusted her. And, when they're not old enough to go to daycare or you can't afford daycare, things like that. You know what I mean? So it may have seemed like I was in the streets because I was never home. And at some point, people thought that my sister and my son was brother and sister because they were always together. But that was the look. That doesn't mean that that was what was going on. And granted, I was 19. So I was still partying. I was still, you know what I'm saying, doing what I had to do. It did not make me any less of a parent. I don't think it made me any less irresponsible. I mean, I was 19. How responsible am I supposed to be at 19, right? I'm 19. I got a baby. I got to now get my own apartment. I need my own car. Like, I got to do these things.
Mm.
Um,
So I got a question for you there, right?
Jordan, just request to come back in and I'll let you back in. Okay, go ahead.
So I got a question, right? So are you or should you be able to travel or vacation as a parent without your kids?
Absolutely. Who are you talking to me?
No, I'm just saying in
I
general.
got multiple kids. You should probably ask a parent that got one kid and they may feel a totally different way. Because at the end of the day, you not asking me because my oldest is 27. I've been doing this 27 years. Them kids. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, at
Absolutely.
27, of course. At 27, of course. But if you got babies at home,
I'm
can
just
you?
saying. But my youngest is 14. I'm saying I have been parenting for 27 years. I've been a parent. So absolutely I'm going on vacation without them goddamn kids. Dude, I could not wait to folks was old enough around here to reach the microwave and the toaster by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait until folks around here could lift the milk jug out of the refrigerator by themselves and pour their own milk and cereal. What is you talking about? That is the whole point.
Okay. Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love them. And, family vacations they're nice, and, it's an awesome time to spend with the kids. But, I might want to be on the beach, like almost chocolate wasted. And I can't do that if I got to be alert and aware because the kid might fall off a building in the water, get ate by a shark. Like, I can't be enjoying my chocolate girl wasted. And here I am in the back of my head thinking one of the kids could get ate by a shark. That's no fun. Sorry.
All right. So what if you are in a relationship, whether it's husband, wife, girl, whatever, y'all are all together in the household with the kids. Can one parent go on vacation by themselves?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say that I feel very strongly that in a marriage or relationship, you really gotta maintain who you are, right? I
Okay.
get that you have to become y'all, and us is now a we, and me is now a we, but you can't lose yourself in just that. You can't lose yourself in, everything I do is just me. I learned that the hard way. And after Dion died, I didn't even know what I liked. I didn't know what TV shows I liked. I didn't know what food I liked because everything I was doing was a we thing. And I come to realize that I didn't even really like all that stuff. Like, I did it because it was us and we did it, But when it came time for me to do it personally, I was like, I don't even like this. So I think that it is okay to have, like, your own friends and take girl trips and take guy trips because you need some type of space, like you can't smother, I feel.
Now, I'm going to ask you another scenario because I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going to ask you another scenario. Couple splits up, has kids. Can one parent take
Absolutely not.
the
You talking about
kids?
what Will and Sheree be doing? Yeah. See, that's
Okay.
some, I don't know what, I don't know. Let me tell y'all something. So Jada is okay that Will be hanging out with his baby mama, his ex-wife, right? The one that he used to love, the one that he used to smash, the one that he used to share things with. Her, she don't mind that they go on vacation
Well, see,
together without her.
Let's clear it up though, because
That's because she be calling August.
the whole story is that it's a family vacation and Jada's is not going. So they said, Will's sister be there? Will's parents be there? It's a family vacation, and Miss
Yes,
Jada will go.
no, absolutely not. What are you talking about? I don't know. What? See, here's what's okay. This is what's crazy, right? And this is gonna sound so contradictory because I could possibly be that bitch. I could be the bitch that the family still likes, and me and my baby daddy are still cool. And because I don't, what I'm saying, I know that I'm in a different place and I'm never gonna want to talk to him or even smash him again. And I'm just so cool with the family and they really like me and they kind of really don't like her because that's kind of how I feel like what's going on here. And I could be her, right? But could I be Jada? I did not think so. I do not think so. I do not know. Folks, that baby me
It's
ring
okay to
right.
say, right? because Jada knows what's going on. At least she knows that where they're at, where they're going, all that stuff.
Right.
Now flip that to Kanye and Kim, where Kim is taking off with the kids and Kanye don't know where they're at. Is that okay?
Would you tell Kanye where you was going?
That's his
He
kids.
moved in across the street, Landon.
He wants to be by his kids.
You can have the kids. You don't
That's
need
not-
to be across the street from me, Brad. Let me tell you something. If my baby daddy moved in across the street from me, I'm moving. I gotta go. Because
do you know who
you're
Pete
doing too
Davidson
much.
is?
Huh?
Do you know who Pete Davidson is?
I do know who Pete Davidson is.
So when Kanye sits here and says, you got my kids around some dope head, some crack fiend who just met them and got their names tattooed on his body.
And you think that Pete is worse than Kanye? You think that it's worse hanging out with Pete and me, the mama, than it is with you, the daddy, hanging out with them by themselves? Have you seen North? Do you think she needs any more help?
Kanye is the father, period.
Okay, so just because she the father, Jordan requests to come back on. Just because he the father, that don't make him mentally stable. I mean, it is what it is. Just because you the parent, that don't mean you supposed to parent. Just because you dropped off some sperm, that don't mean you not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Hold on. Let's not act like he's a sperm donor, because he's not. They was a married couple who had multiple kids together. That is not a sperm donor. Let's not act like that.
Right, and I realized that after being with him, he is insane. He is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I do not trust or want my children around this crazy, deranged, ridiculous little short man.
Okay, so that's how you feel as one of the parents. Him as the other parent said he doesn't feel comfortable with them being around Pete Davidson.
Okay.
So he wants to know what's up. Does he not get that right?
He gets all that right. Do you get the right to live in next door? Absolutely not. Because let me tell you something. If the roles were reversed, right? And this was Kim out here losing her mind, going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she would be deemed crazy just like all the other baby mamas. 50 Cent baby mama crazy, Dwayne Wade baby mama crazy. It's like as soon as they get mad and they start telling the truth about what's going on, all of a sudden she a mad, bitter baby mama. All she want is money.
Oh no, don't act like you did not just get finished calling Kanye crazy.
But we know
don't act like it's a double standard when you're doing the same thing.
We know he's crazy. He's been proven to be crazy. He didn't went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We know that. I'm saying it's always that. I'm saying if this was reversed though, Kim would be getting like super drugged for all the stuff that he was doing. If she was standing outside his house, if she was trying to fight his new girlfriend, they would be like, oh my gosh, she's a bitter baby mama, blah, 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 blah. It wouldn't be nothing about, oh, she just trying to see her kids. It wouldn't be nothing about, oh, she don't want that crazy deranged bitch around her kids. No. It wouldn't be nothing like that. She would be standing outside, busting windows, tires, calling in the middle of the night. This nigga was calling in the middle of the night, doing all type of crazy stuff. Come on, man. That's not about your kids.
He wasn't busting tires, or he wasn't slashing tires, so.
He was doing much worse.
He trying to be in this kid's life. Salute the Kanye for that.
Well, let's go to court. And tell the judge to make me drop them off on Wednesday and make me pick them up on Sunday, if that's the case. But all this other fadangery, come on, man. Why? Because, see, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like about the whole baby mama, baby daddy situation, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like that when you break up with a dude and y'all was together and he was, oh my gosh, daddy, I'm the best daddy in the world. And now that we not together, nigga, you don't want to, you can't do nothing for the kids. It's F the kids too. Really? This is not about the kids. This is about Kim. This ain't about
Let's
the
not talk
kid.
about
This is
that.
about
How when
Kim.
you break up, and then the mama want to be all in the kid's ear about yo daddy ain't this, yo daddy ain't that,
That's
or
ridiculous.
he can't come around because you want something else from him, and he just trying to be with the kids. But if he can't be with you, then he can't be around at all. Let's not act like that.
Absolutely.
That don't happen.
Oh, and it does happen, and I think that's ridiculous. I think that any woman who uses her child as a pawn in a relationship, see, but it starts in the beginning. Hold on, let me see. Us girls would get dragged. Yep, I said the same thing. Yep. Okay. So, I I do not believe that using your child as a way to be in a relationship. And like I said, it starts from the beginning. I believe that the woman started off believing, if I have this baby, I can keep him. And then when she sees the love for the child, now, don't get me wrong, bitches get jealous of the way that a man loves his child and he don't love her like that. It's crazy, it's deranged, but it happens. And because of that, she sees that as power. And that's where it becomes easy to be like, okay, well, you can't see your kid if you don't do this. You can't see your kid if you don't want to be with me, because she now knows I have this power. He's going to do whatever it takes to be in this kid's life. And it's awful, it's terrible, it's ratchet, it's nasty. I don't believe in it. I've never done it. You know, I had a baby that was done like that to my husband, and it drove me absolutely crazy. I don't think that it should happen. I don't think that this particular situation, I don't think that he ever made this about them. I think he said that as like a front, but it was always about Kim. It was always about Kim and who she was dating, and the fact that she didn't want to be with him. He couldn't handle that. And that happens. And if you want to know how most of us become single moms, it's that right there. It's that non-ability to accept the fact that I don't want to be with you, bruh. But that doesn't mean that you're supposed to break up with the kids. That's not what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, and now you're forcing me in a situation where you're telling me I gotta be with you, otherwise my kids don't get taken care of. Yo, that's not what's up. And let me tell you what hurts even more. And being on both sides is weird, because it hurts more to have your baby daddy break up with you, leave you and the kid, and then go get with someone else and either have another baby or start taking care of another girl's kids, like pretty much in your face, right? So I'm
Now,
torn on that.
because I've seen it happen a lot. Why does it bother women so much when a relationship doesn't work out and a man has a kid with somebody else?
I think how we were talking earlier about the ego, when I was saying why are men upset about the assistance and getting help, right? It is the same thing of failure. It is, one, you automatically feel like you failed, right? Because he is going to start a whole nother family. That's a whole nother family. That's not just a relationship. You know, he can be with umpteen bitches, and you can get over that. But to go start another family, meaning that you completely given up on this one, oh yeah, that's hard. That's definitely hard to intake on your inside part. It's like nobody wants to do that. And as a woman, it's our job to make the family. It's our job to make sure that the family is kept, right? So you feel like you failed. You feel like he has given up. You feel this guilt. And then you feel this anger because of the jealousy, because now you feel like, well, what she got that I don't got? Why is that family, more for him? Why is that enough? And then you have a whole other set of issues. So it's a lot when dealing with that. And again, like I said, don't have it to where he go and do start this new family and totally stops taking care of yours. Now you got bitterness.
Because I always wonder, like, how come those feelings don't start when the relationship ends? Why does it always start when another one begins, and then the actual moving on process? Why is it that when you actually decide that you're no longer going to be together and that you're going to co-parent and all that, why aren't those feelings there then? Why does it have to be when the moving on process happens?
I mean, you're human, right? You don't want to see the one that you love with someone else. Nobody wants to see that. I mean, you just don't. And again, you don't want to see if you and your wife broke up. You would be okay if she took your kids and got another husband. That would make you feel okay.
I guess
Hell
you
no.
can see it, but then you have to know that that's a possibility. If the relationship ends, you got to know that's a possibility.
It's a possibility that if you put your hand too close to the stove, you're going to burn it too, but that does not mean that it's going to happen or you even think about that. You don't want to think about the possibility of that when you are in this. And just because you break up, that doesn't mean that you fall out of love. That just means you broke up. It
So
takes
with
way
all of
longer.
that, with all of that emotion and all of that stuff stirring in your head, why is there not more grace for somebody like Kanye who's in this position right now?
What?
Why is there not more grace for Kanye where he's now in the situation and he's wilding out or whatever? Why isn't anybody considering, well, man, he's probably really going through it because he's seeing Kim with this other dude around
He
his
would never
kids?
seen if he didn't move next door. Why you put yourself in a position to drive yourself cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? It is the same theory that I tell females. If you go looking, you shall find. If you in his pockets, you might find the number. If you in his phone, you're going to find the message. You know what I'm saying? If you go looking, you're going to find. What are you doing moving next door so you can see everything that I do? I'm not trying to throw this in your face. If I want to move on, I'm grown and that's my right. But I'm not necessarily trying to throw it in your face. You're hurt. I get it. We broke up. I'm not saying that you're supposed to just get over it. But me trying to live my life and you still trying to impede on it, two different, totally different things. Like, bruh, if you trying to move on because you hurt, I'm going to need you to do that over there. Because if every time you see me walk out of my door and I mean, listen, I got the right to be a straight hooker if I want to, if I'm single. So I can have a different bruh up in here every night if I want to, because I'm single and I'm grown and I can do whatever I want to. But here's the thing, if you're living next door and you're hurt and you have to see that, that's my fault. I'm supposed to protect your feelings. How? I'm supposed to not do me because let's keep it 100. He absolutely quick, fast, in a hurry was doing him. He went and got a carbon copy of his baby mama.
But was he doing it in front of the kids?
He was doing it in front of the world. What do you mean? It didn't have to be in front of the kids. He got kids old enough to watch TV, YouTube, see it on their phone. He did it in front of the world and he did not care. And you and I both know that. And see, again, here we go with the double standards. Because he was a man, it was okay. Because as soon as Kim started dating, she was a hoe.
Was she though?
I mean, she already is, but I'm just saying.
I'm
Just
just
in theory. Yeah, they was like, she shouldn't be dating so soon after, and she should be worried about her kids. And meanwhile, this brother is trolloping around with every female that looks like her, spending my child support money. What? This is a random. You just met. Did you just buy her a whole new wardrobe? You taking her where? Y'all where? What is you doing? Right? So you could do that, but I can't get a new boo, bruh.
Can't say that. But when the characters are in question, and I don't know who these girls are, but Pete Davidson is a known figure, and his character was in question about why do you have this type of guy around my kids? I understand it. Now, he
Understood.
said he's hurt. He goes through all these things. So then he goes on Drink Chats with Nori, and he says whatever he wants to say. And is anybody taking in account of where he may be mentally right now, or where he's feeling right now, or does everybody want to take this time to just kick and sit on him?
A lot of it he brought on himself. That's one, because he is yearning for this attention. Because if he wasn't, then he wouldn't keep going publicly and making an ass of himself, right? Like, I get that he's hurt. I feel like he's been hurt since his mother passed. And I don't think that he ever recovered from that. So it's been a long time coming. And this whole snap, crackle, pop thing that's going on, there's, like we were saying, when we did the last series, I don't think he has anyone to talk to. He said in an interview, like, I don't have any rap friends anymore. Everyone turned on me. I don't have anyone that's a close friend anymore. And, you kind of got to get it at some point. But it's like, my dick, like, you can't expect us to stay and you wilding like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably snap, crackling, popping on them. And it's only so much that can be taken. Right? Jordan said now he brought a lot of this on himself. Now, whether it be by choice, whether it be by mental illness, and I'm going through some things and I don't have anyone to talk to, and my only outlet is to get it out. Because I think if you listen to a lot of things he's saying, that is what he's saying. And all the other stuff is like jabberish, and if you kind of read through, it's still a lot of pain there. And I'm pretty sure losing Kim and the kids wasn't, an easy band-aid to rip off. But there's a lot of foolery that he is bringing on himself. Because
So let me ask you this then. Should Nori have taken the interview down?
why?
Because he took it down, or should he have left it up?
He left it
Because
up.
it's gone. He took it
Well,
down.
it
It's
is
gone.
now. Well, it is now. But I mean, it's media. It's news. You can't blame him for doing his job. I mean, it's a hot ass story. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I had the story, I'd have posted it too. I'd have kept it up. I'd have did it, and I'd have kept reeling it, because this is the field that we're in. You
No,
know what
I
I'm
agree with you.
saying?
I agree with you. I don't think Nori should have took it down.
Yeah, I think that if he took it down, it probably had to be legal reasons that he had to take it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a forced situation at some point, because I know that broke the internet when, you know what I'm saying, when that came out. But
No, like
you
from
know,
what I could gather, he got some pushback, and he decided to take it down because of the pushback. I don't know what
it's
he
a
expected to happen, but I believe he had the right. Kanye had the right to say most of the stuff that he said, and if
we
you don't
live in
want if you
America.
don't want
You
to
got
edit
the right to
anything,
say
then you should
whatever
leave it
you
like it
want
is.
to, right?
What was that?
I said, we live in America. You can say whatever you want to. I mean, that's what you're supposed to have the right to do,
I mean,
especially
that's
when
what
it
they
comes to
say.
your media.
That's what
But
they say. But it looks like he's being censored to me.
Okay.
When you got an interview he did with the board and LeBron James, you know, in the shop and all that, and they don't air it, and then he does this interview, and then they take it down. It sounds like he's being censored.
Well, I mean, let's keep it real. This social media shit, even though you do have the right to say certain things, they not gonna let you go too far. You know, I can't even say certain keywords in my post, let alone go on a 3-hour rant
All right.
about it.
So what was too far? The fact that he spoke on Jewish business practices? That
I
was too
think
far?
he went too far with a lot of it, because like we spoke earlier, you know, we all know who's in charge of the news and the media and what goes on and what's published and broadcast, right? We're all aware of that. And if you're not, then you're just not very smart out here in this particular field. So, and he's not, he's very aware. Again, that part he brought on himself. If he wanted to say something like that and it be able to stick, Kanye can start his own damn podcast.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Now he's got to get his own. Now he's looking at getting his own social media platform because he's banned from all the platforms.
Right. I mean, well, he got the money, so he can do whatever he wants to. But I mean, that's the same thing that Donald Trump said he was going to do, right? Started on Twitter. But again, was it to stay relevant in the media? I don't know. The White Lives Matter. I don't know. The George Floyd didn't die because of, you know, the thing being on his neck, and like,
See, but the George Floyd thing, a lot of people jumping out the window. Got to listen to what he said. He said it's in the documentary. This is what I saw in the documentary.
right, that bitch ass Candace put out. And since when are you friends with Candace, bitch ass?
Hey, it is what I'm saying is he was reporting off of what somebody else reported, what he saw. So I don't think that lawsuit can stick because he's not the one reporting it. He's not the one
But
that
see, it's
statement.
not that. That's not what it is. It's not the fact that he said anything about the fentanyl. They're pissed off because, again, he said way too much. And where I think the Black community as a whole is pissed off is like, again, nigga, that's a brother. Like, we took one for the team, bruh. We won one. Like, what are you out here doing? Don't do that. It's already hard enough. It was hard enough for us to get that, right? It was hard enough to get that win, and we won one. Don't be out here stepping on it. That's what we saying. Like, you didn't have to say that, even if we all knew it. Rodney King wasn't an angel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas weren't angels. Nobody ever said that they was. But again, you ain't got to put his business in the street like that, bruh. Like, you did that strictly to make him, like, to demean him. And at some point, why? Why, again, was that like a martyr for us? That was almost like a hero for us. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happened in his past, no matter what he did the day before he died on the street that day, and we all had to watch it. And for you to diminish that with your idiocy, and because you can feel how you want to feel, opinions are like assholes, everybody got them, right? That doesn't mean that you're supposed to get out there and put out there like that. And again, it's never what you say, is how you say it. And he said it very demeaning. He said it just all the way just effed up. Let's just keep it 100. And he didn't have to say it. He didn't have to say he didn't die because his neck, the knee was on his neck, because that's what he said. And we all watched that happen. So it like where you can't tell us what we saw didn't happen.
You know, and I agree with that. You know, and one thing I've always said about Kanye is, even though he's a performer, he's a rapper, he's a lyricist, all this stuff, is he's not a great communicator. Never has been.
But you
Even
always
if you,
talk.
even if you go back to the George Bush doesn't care about black people, if you watch how he said that, it came out of nowhere. It had nothing to do with the conversation. It came out of nowhere. Kanye is a person where you can't use sound bites. You have to let him go for these rants and then try to figure out what he's trying to say, because he's not an effective communicator. You know, so even when he was like, yeah, you know, he didn't have his knee on his toe like that, but he's talking about how it was reported in the documentary. Now, if that's fact or not, you know, that's one thing. But Kanye has a way of doing that. So like he's sitting there, even with the comments he had about the Jewish media and the business practices. Once he started talking, what he finally came around to say is, I'm jealous of what they're able to do as a people, and we as a people aren't able to do that. It took him a long time to get there, but that's what he was saying.
As I said, if you get past the gibber and the jabber, you know, I'm not saying everything he says is ignorant. I'm saying that he said a lot of things.
Yeah.
And because of that, those idiot statements outshadowed everything else he said. You know, nobody is talking about what you said. Nobody is talking about what else he said, because that's it. That was the dinosaur, the elephant in the room, and he knew it. And you know how I feel about Wacky West. And I don't want to spend any more time talking about wacky ass West.
Shout out to Ye. He changed his name. Shout out to Ye. Respect, dude. His name is Ye.
Wacky West. Anywho, so I want to talk about two things, because we might as well just go ahead and get it over with. Y'all won. I seen it. We lost. I don't know what's going on. We all would like a refund. We all want our money back. That's a whole. That's how we all feel in the city. I don't think any of us in the city is feeling like he should get another chance. Absolutely not. And then here comes Rippy. I call him Rippy. I think his name is Ripley. I call him Rippy. I thought that would be a good name, because here's what killed the game is that Rippy scored more points than Wilson has a whole season. I believe that Rippy might have even completed more passes.
I just don't know what y'all expected.
Season's over.
Like, I don't understand why you think signing Sierra is going to do more than just sing the national anthem.
Well,
You're going to
clearly
have a
we need
great
to
national anthem.
go to the
Good job.
bottom.
You know, great job signing the national. Now, here's the thing. The Raiders, on the other hand, same record at the time, but it has a different feel to it, because every game they've had the ball at the end of the game to win a game, and hasn't materialized. If you add up all of their losses together, all the points, 2 scores. For all of the points, for 5 games, 2 scores. That's it. Like, if you look at their team, it's very possible they may not lose another game. Like, that's very possible because of the way that they've been playing. But is it too late? And that's the question. You know, one of the things that people forget, like everybody talks about how strong the AFC West is going to be this year. And oh man, they're going to get 3 teams to play off. What they forgot is they have to play each other. So somebody got to take L's every week. And now you're seeing it. Like the records are, are what they are. And, we'll see
Yo,
what happens.
did you see Patrick last week though?
I saw him pull it out at the end. It was a close game to the end. Shout out to the Niners who tried to do something with McCaffrey and all them, and then he turned up.
It was
And
not a
so,
close game to the end. That's not the truth. That's not what
no,
happened.
it was
No,
it
this
was
is what
close. It
happened.
was close to the fourth
Patrick
quarter.
Patrick threw an interception early on in the game, okay? And then he went to the sideline, grabbed some Bugs Bunny juice, and lost his mind. He was like losing it. They stomped San Francisco.
Well, no, I'm saying because it was 30-24,
I think
and
it was more
then
than that. Was it only 30-24?
it was 30-24, and then it ended up being 48-24 or
Oh,
whatever.
okay, yeah.
But
Okay.
like that's what I'm saying. Like they was there, and then they wasn't.
I told you. He went over there, got that Bugs Bunny juice. Like, here's what I love about watching Patrick. Like, first of all, he makes the game fun for me. He makes it so great because he's an amazing player. And some of the things that he does and the way he pulls it out, I just ain't never seen before. I've been watching football for a long time.
Yes,
And
you
he
have.
is definitely one of the greatest that has ever played the game. Like that Sardine, man, that no look. Patrick boy, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was saying that when they were playing, I'm like, dang, I can't cheer for them today because they play in San Francisco, and I be trying to cheer for the home team. But when I seen
Well,
him turn up, I was
let me
like,
help you out.
oh,
Let me help you out
about
with
to be
that there,
bad
right?
business.
Because the home team is the Raiders. So let's not forget that.
Jordan said that it is absurd that y'all are not going to lose another game. I just want you to know. That's what he
No,
said right
not
there in
like
the comments.
and I understand that. I understand that. But what my point of the matter is the fact that it's very easily that they could have been undefeated because they've only lost by 2 scores total. And so when you're playing at that high of a level, it's very possible that you fix those little mistakes, you don't lose another game. Now, will that happen? Of course not. Any given Sunday, we know what's up in the NFL, but that's just the level of what they're playing at.
Mm-hmm.
You look at you look at the Cowboys right now, who are actually playing very decent. They're whatever they are, whether they're 5-2, which is a great record. It just so happens
The Eagles are undefeated?
the Eagles are 7-0, and I believe the Giants are 6-1. So
What?
even though they're having a great season, they're in third place.
Mm.
So any given Sunday, things can happen. So, but
Like that
with the
Sunday that the Saints played and they got 3 interceptions back to back to back to back. I ain't never in life seen nothing like that happen before. I just
absolutely.
was like, oh, sugar honey iced tea. What's going on? I couldn't believe it. I watched it maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I couldn't believe
Well,
what was
don't worry
happening.
about it. The Saints will go down this week. Don't worry about it.
Oh, y'all playing the Saints this week?
Oh, yes.
Okay. That's definitely gonna be a good game. I'm kind of excited to see that. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm gonna take the Saints though.
I mean, you've been wrong before, so I don't know why this would be any different.
I'm definitely gonna take the Saints on that one. On that one for sure, for sure.
You do it.
Um, how much time we got left?
Not much. Wrap it up. I
Not
think
much.
you have one more thing we might be able to touch on a little bit.
Okay, so earlier this week I was talking about friends with benefits, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had someone, tell me that this generation, they call them a sneaky link and it's no longer friends with benefits. I still kind of feel like there's 2 different situations with that. Because I think a friend with benefit is someone that you can have in public, someone you can have around because everyone thinks this is your friend. I also think that friends with benefits is linked to cheating. Well, we know sneaky link is linked to cheating because it's a sneaky link, right? And I also had the definition of that. Someone told me that a sneaky link is someone who nobody knows about, which is totally different than a friend with benefit, maybe.
Possibly.
So, you know, I had this friend in high school, one of my best friends. Not gonna say which one. However, she used to every morning go and goose on this boy that stayed across the street. Now, here's the thing. This boy was rather popular in high school, right? So he was totally okay goosing her, but when we got to school, he would never talk to her. That's a sneaky link, right? And then say you have someone who you've been friends with for so long, and maybe one day y'all slipped up and did something, but it was never really like meant like that, or it might have been the wrong time. Like you might have been dating somebody, or he might have been dating somebody, and it was just an accident. And y'all was like, yeah, we can't do that again. We're just gonna stay friends. And maybe every 6 months y'all have sex. Maybe every 3 months y'all have sex. Who knows? Friends with benefits? Or is that a side piece?
That
Friends with
that just
benefits,
might be a
that's a
random. That just might be a
relationship,
random hookup
right?
because see, friends with benefits, there is an understanding or an agreement there. Like we are friends, but we do this when we do this. So it's almost an expectation. It's not like a random thing.
Mm.
It's not like a oh, I just slipped up and you know, if we ever get caught in this situation, slip up again. Nah, friends with benefits, you know what the deal is, but you also know how to play your part, play your position. And so
Cool.
a side piece is different in the fact of that could be a whole different relationship. Like that could be, you know, well, you got people living double lives out here. You got people pursuing different
Wait,
things.
wait, wait. Friends with benefits ain't living a double life?
No,
And
friends
it's
with
not a
no.
relationship? Is it, how
Well,
is it
no,
not a
no,
relationship?
because you may not even be in a relationship. See, a side piece, you got to be in a relationship and then have somebody on the side. Friends with
Okay.
benefits, you ain't even got to be in a relationship.
But I think a lot of people are.
Well, they may be, but you ain't got to be, right? And so with a friends with benefits, like you can be friends with benefits, then get in a relationship, still have friends with benefits, get out of a relationship, and still have that same friend with the benefits. Now, a side piece, you have to be in a relationship, then get with the side piece. And then if that relationship ends, that side piece will think that she could be or he could be upgraded. That's not a friends with benefits. See, friends with benefits, it's an agreement. This is we cool, but we do this.
Upgraded. Huh. Okay. So you can only be upgraded from a side piece to a main piece, but you can't be upgraded from a friend to a main?
That's not an upgrade. That's a change of contract.
That
That
type
ain't an
shit.
upgrade. That ain't an upgrade. You're changing the agreement at that point.
Well, I mean, anytime you upgrade, you got to change the contract. Most
No,
of the time you upgrade, I mean, it even gets more expensive, right? That's usually how it works. You upgrade for a better version of what you had.
it's like
That doesn't usually come for free.
all right. I'll tell you, it's like this, right? You have a car, you drive your car. You rent a car for whatever reason, travel, whatever. That rental is a side piece. However, you borrow your friend's car, it's a friend with benefit. That car is a friend with benefit. I borrow this car from time to time.
Okay, I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. And with that being said, we're going to stop there because we're out of time. But that's a good place to stop because you're going to finish that. We're definitely going to get to the bottom of this because I promise you, I feel like it is a very, very thin line of being right there to being a cheater and having friends with benefits, because I also feel like it's like a community. It's because it's shared. Because just because you have friends with benefits, that doesn't mean that everybody's just doing that, right? And get a little nasty. A little nasty. I don't know. We're going to dig into it, though. I want to thank our other guest, Jordan. Technical difficulties. What do we tell y'all every week? It is always some crap on here. So, with that being said, do me a favor, jump right over to the YouTube channel and go subscribe. Please and thank you. It is Coffee and Blunts, just like it is here. Coffee with a K, Blunts with a Z, just like the Cash App. Why am I saying things like that? Because everything that we do in Coffee and Blunts, literally, and I do mean literally, comes out of my coinage, okay? This is like that type of funding. So whenever you feel like it, or you feeling generous, or you feel like you just really like the show, or, we all kind of cute on here. Well, some of it.
All right, so look, hold on. I got to correct you on something, right? Because you said with a K and with a Z. But then it's a letter N instead of and. So we got to understand, because someone came to me like, hey, I can't find it. And
Okay.
please spell coffee for them the way that it is spelled for the show.
Koffy.
Why?
The letter N.
Not E. Not two E's.
Not
Why?
E. Koffy. The letter N. BLUNTZ, like zebra. Understand?
There we go.
Yes, there you go. So please go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, because we are really trying to get out of here. We have already packed our bags. We're just waiting on the moving truck. I promise you, we are skedaddling out of here. I want to thank everybody that commented tonight. Hey, sister, I see you. My cousins was here. Jordan again. I'm sorry, Jordan. It looks like it's spelled Jordan, and I always say it wrong, but it's Jordan. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. I do appreciate you coming on the show. I wish you could have joined us longer, but I'm pretty sure you'll be back. Landon, he answered that, what he thinks a king is question. I asked him that before you joined us, so we did get through that, and he had a pretty good answer. So we are willing, and hopefully he'll be able to come back. There's always a seat for you here. So thank you. Thank everybody for maybe I should stop talking for a minute, because that's like the third time that I couldn't talk, but let's keep in mind, I did not smoke as much weed tonight, okay? My other weed is upstairs, and I didn't feel like getting up to go leave, so if I can't talk, that is what it is. I'm just not high enough. Whatever. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Like I said, if you guys weren't here, we would just be sitting here talking to ourselves. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Share the video, like the video. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Miller. As always, I really appreciate you. Thank you for your conversation. Tell everybody what you got to say and where they can find you personally.
Right now, I am here. You can find me here. Whatever you need, put in the comments. If you got things that you want us to discuss, put it in the comments. We will reply to those there. Professional Dad Podcast is coming soon. Be on the lookout for that. So we're coming from there. Other than that, you already know what it is, man. We are here. We're glad to see you. We want to see you again, and we want to continue to have this great conversation. So if there's something that you agree with, disagree with, put it in the comments. We'll talk about it. It's okay to be wrong. We ain't talking about an argument, but I got a point for that coming for you soon. So we will see y'all the next one.
Get into that. He got a lot of stuff to say about that. Y'all got to come back. Same bad time, same bad channel. We'll be here next Wednesday. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this episode of 3 Kings and the Blunt. I'm your girl, Miss Ken from Cali. That is Mr. Miller. We out of here. Thank y'all. Good night.
Swag. I'm swag. Shout out to Deion Sanders.
Oh,